All right, for all my small rig builders out there, pun absolutely intended. We've got the C50 with this NiSi handle. I like this NiSi because it's, it's very small. You could go with something like a small rig, but then, it's a lot longer. So, you know, this is a great handle as well. It's on the smaller side, but yeah, I like this one just because it's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit fatter, and you can really hold on to that one. It fits nicely in my hand. So that's a good one. It is attached to a NATO plate on top of the Tilta plate, which is ridiculous, right? Like, I really wish, or I hope that Tilta sees this and they take this C50 plate that they currently have on their C50 cage and replace it with a NATO plate, or just create a NATO plate for the C50. Please, Tilta, please do that. Because I, as well as a lot of other people, I feel will appreciate the NATO rail here instead of this. So that would be great. Moving on to this side, we've got the MKE 400, which allows for environmental audio. Even outside, it'll pick up the environment, or you can switch it in different modes to be more of a shotgun. It has a low pass filter as well. So this mic is pretty good. It's 3.5 and not XLR, sure, but for a small rig, I don't know, if you want to really, take the handle with you, or maybe you do, but this is another option, right? The great thing about this mic, and I routinely forget to switch mics off, is that if you plug this in and you turn the camera on, it turns the mic on, right? Automatically. You don't have to turn it on. And then if you turn the mic off, or sorry, if you turn the camera off, once the camera does turn off, it turns off as well. So that's great, right? You're not wasting battery, and it's more efficient that way. So yeah, so I really like that. And it sits on top of the cold shoe on top of the Tilta cage, so that's great. So the other thing is we've got the Tilta cage, and I tried the small rig one. I think I might try the wooden one as well, and perhaps the Condor blue one. But the cage was a big thing for me because I have a Mofage Poco adapter for PL mount lenses, and I want them to fit in here and still have access to the ND filter. Now, on all of these cages, the problem is that the ND filter won't slide in and out because of this part here, right? That's still the case with this, but unlike the small rig cage, where the top plate gets in the way, the top plate doesn't get in the way of being able to mount the lens on and then twist it on. And then if you do want to remove the filter, you have to take off the lens, but you can do that with this cage. You can't do that with the small rig cage without taking the top plate off. So it's still a little bit of a problem with this, but I'll gladly take the lens off quickly and then take the filter out or put it in if I need to. I just don't want to have to keep taking this plate off, right? Or if you don't use the plate, yes, the small rig one is perfect, right? You could leverage that. It's no issue. But I like using the plate. So for me, it's an issue. The other thing is with this cage still, if you do use the Mofage Poco adapter, it will get in the way of this button because this is where the VND dial is. So you have to like use this and then kind of, go in from here and depress the button, and it will come off easy. It's a couple of seconds. That's not an issue, but I really wish this wasn't so much in the way. And I mean, you can't do much about that, right? Because if you move it over, you're in the way of the ports. So I don't understand what they could do rather than move it out, but then it's not streamlined. So whoever the manufacturers are, my heart goes out to you because I don't know what the solution would be. You'll need an engineer to figure out that. I am the wrong kind of engineer. I'm a computer engineer, so I couldn't do that. Okay. Anyway, rant aside. We've got the Tilta cage. I really like that cage. I like the fact that it's modular. I like the fact that you can take this piece off if you don't want it. You can just unmount this, and then you can keep it lighter on, say, a gimbal. You can still use this on the Arca slide on the DJI RS4 Pro. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I love the cage. It's the best that I've found so far from the cages that I've tested, which is only two, but I think I'll probably purchase a couple of others and see how they work. What else? We've got the NiSi JetMag Pro. This VND solution for me personally is great. I've seen the least amount of color shift on this one. I've tried Polar Pro. I've tried a bunch of other brands as well, and this has the least amount of color shift. Yes, it's expensive, but buy once, buy nice or buy twice. That's my thing. What else? So we've got the 45-1.2. Great lens. Personally, I love it. I know a lot of reviewers have reviewed it and they talk about chromatic aberration and other issues, but we always go back to like vintage lenses for character, right? I call this a character lens, right? I call this a small, low-cost character lens. So I personally love this, and the fact that you can go to 1.2 on this, I've seen instances where I go to 1.2 and I can still stay at the base ISO of 800 in low lights situations. So I really like this lens, and it's small. It's like a nifty 50, right? Pretty much, and you can shoot a lot with a 45, right? Yes, not wide shots, obviously, but you can shoot most of what you would want to shoot with a 45-1.2. So yeah, that's my mini rig. Man, I can't talk today, right? Hopefully that helps you guys. Take care.